welcome Damien Cummings.
Being very painful trying to get rid of that Apple logo, so put that out of the way. I'll just move over this side for photographs. Okay, so where am I? Let me introduce myself. My name's Damien Cummings. Yeah, I don't want to see that, thank you. I obviously work at Dell. In terms of definition of what social media is, it means a lot of things. So I'm not talking about social HR, like the LinkedIn. I'm not talking about social media corporate communications. I'm not talking about that one-way dialogue you have via Twitter or a blog, and that what PR professionals are engaged in. I will talk about social commerce. That's making money out of social media. And I will talk about social media marketing, which is really talking about things like YouTube video strategy or Youku, depending on which country you're in, and also talking about things like integrating social media into your marketing campaigns. 25% of the top search results for the top 20 brands are linked to user-generated content. And I think there was an earlier comment about why should we have our content in the #1 spot on Google, Yahoo, Baidu, Naver, and so on. Well, the short answer is you don't have to. As long as you have some sort of user-generated content that actually is going to help you sell a product, we're cool with that. From a couple of years ago, 25% of search results were UGC. I think if you look nowadays, it's probably closer to 40 to 50%, and looking a few years in the future, it'll probably be closer to 80 to 90 to 100%. So we will always maintain a Dell.com in the search rankings. We'll always maintain key properties like our One Dell Way blog, direct to Dell blogs, and some of our social media platforms. But generally, we're happy to engage our customers, happy to engage our partners, and let them write their content for us. Absolutely, it is the future of Dell. Social media will transform our business. Absolutely. It will transform all of your businesses as well. And in my future world, I would not like to have a social media job title. Where we're going with this is all of our employees are being trained in social media. We have 103,000 employees. We're going through a process of training every single one of them. We literally have thousands of Twitter profiles now. So at the time it was 64 corporate ones. We had 15 different Facebook profiles. Now it's over 40. It's been 41 and 47 depending on which ones we're decommissioning. 5 Flickr accounts, 4 YouTube channels, 1 Orchid account, 1 SlideShare.net account, 63 different ratings and reviews instances, 82 forum engagements, 80 blogs, 63 wikis, and 79 different country implementations of IdeaStorm. These are the 5 things you need to do to be successful in social media. Not 1, not 3, or 5. Number 1, listening and content. There are 25,000 conversations every day about the Dell brand. 25,000. So you start from a listening point of view. Second, you need to develop a robust content strategy. Let me be controversial for a second. Dell is irrelevant to you unless A, you've broken it, or B, you want to buy it. And like most brands in this room, for the other 99% of the time, you don't think about Dell, you don't care about Dell. So in that case, why would you ever go to a Dell Hong Kong Facebook profile or other similar social networking profile? We have a gaming line called Alienware, so it's high-end, ultra-fast laptops, desktops, and peripherals. So instead of actually having an Alienware Facebook profile, why not flip that around and have gaming powered by Alienware? So instead of talking about the fact that we've got a $1,500 laptop that's now been released, why don't we talk about the fact that Battlefield 3 is upcoming? The fact that you can download this strategy guide, or actually buy this kind of $2 kind of downloadable content gun, or get together to form a league to actually play this game online. Now that's exciting. That's something a customer in that segment is really kind of excited about. They would get together on a social networking platform, connect around those ideas, and come back every single day. We're seeing if we can redevelop our kind of engagement strategy around having key social networking platforms, not just about Dell as a Facebook profile or Dell as a social networking profile, but as a segment approach. When I look at point number 1, when we look at social network sites, when we look at blogs and we look at Twitter, number 1, we're realigning around segments. And number 2, we never do campaigns. Number 2, building a quantum of fans, followers, likes, connections. I can tell you it costs us $1.10 to acquire a fan. And I'll talk to you about the 4 ways you can build a fan following. For us, we don't have YouTube video campaigns because we're in the direct world. We're about ROI. So what we tend to do is very kind of click through, go back to our shopping cart, buy now, or call our call center, buy now. We don't have the time or the luxury to actually look at branding, long-form video sponsorship, and so on. So what we're trying to do is work out with our new product launch process, how do we get baked in video in YouTube, Youku, and other YouTube video sharing sites, and bake in social media into the overall kind of marketing process. And again, getting off topic a second, thinking about things like QR codes, links to Twitter, Facebook type icons, or links from our Marcom, and cross-linking a lot of that content. But again, the most important aspect of that is YouTube videos. How do we get that right? And finally, social commerce. And for us, this means two things. One, making the overall kind of buying path, whether it be through the online experience through Dell.com, or whether it be through the phone, or whether it be through a retail store, much more social. And number two, can we actually engage in group buying? If you're actually interviewing someone for a social media job, the one question you should ask them at the end, throw it in, is they might talk to you about how wonderful their content strategy is, how they can grow followers, but ask them, how do they scale that across multiple countries or regions? If they can answer your scale question, they're the guys you should hire. This is where we're actually getting a lot of customer insights, analytics, and actions, and driving those back to our international countries or to different teams. So if something comes up from the product group, battery explodes, goes to customer service. If someone doesn't like the design of something, goes to the product group for a redesign. If it's a marketing issue in Hong Kong, it will go to the local marketing team. A Facebook fan spends an additional $72 on average. They are 28% more likely to continue using our brand and 41% more likely to recommend us. So 75% driven through ads. The other 25%, great content. As I said before, it's about a segmented strategy focused on pain points. Number two, incentives. Giveaway laptops. Starbucks have done a great job of giving away cheap muffins or free muffins, coffee vouchers, anything like that. It works really well. Number three, really interestingly, is corporate social responsibility. We have to figure out how we get better at that. So we want to engage our customers and get them to do it for us. So that is the future of where our marketing is going. Less polish, more user-generated. If you're not seeing success in commercializing Twitter, it's probably because you don't have enough followers. Your revenue exponentially grows the more followers you get. The philosophy behind this is that we don't want someone with a social media job title doing one person at 100% of their work. We want 100 people doing social media as 1% of their work. We want every single Dell employee engaged in social. Two quick things. Please follow me on Twitter. I'm desperate to try to get over 1,000 followers. I will talk to you back, I promise. And hey, if you do want a job at Dell, we are looking for kind of key people across all product portfolios. So yeah, as I said, reach out to us. Thank you.